officially turned to the duration of the opening process.
That's the trajectory on, like, every podcast that I've listened to, though. Is, like, you go back to the early episodes, and they're, like, an hour, maybe a little change, and then, without fail, they grow into these, like, 2.5, 3 hour behemoths. It's just, like, it's the route that all my favorite pods go on, so I am not...
no, it's certainly not a bad
I'm not
thing.
ashamed that we go, and hopefully it's entertaining.
But it's one of those reflective things where you're like, what did we even talk about for 3 hours, though?
Yeah, God only knows. I mean, there's so much goddamn pop culture and shit. It's there's a never-ending glut of things that could be discussed. Speaking of which, I've started recording all this stuff here. And we're getting kind of a late start, so I don't want to spend too much time.
Oh, we're recording.
I just started, like a minute ago.
Oh, okay. Hello, world.
Hello, world. It's a song that we're singing.
I didn't realize you started recording. I was in the middle of solving a Rubik's Cube, so I'm still click-clacking. I'm so sorry.
Click-clack. Sometimes the listeners have come to expect a light amount of click-clacks on your end.
That's true.
It comes with the territory. I do have a question. Daddy Host will not be with us this evening, so it's time to talk about some musicals. I gotta ask, have you had a chance to see In the Heights yet?
Of course I did.
Okay, I don't know. You're a busy bee sometimes.
I have some spicy takes on it.
I do as well. I will say,
first and foremost, loved it.
I cried through the whole thing. Like, I loved it.
Yeah. End of the opening number, I was like, why am I weeping?
Why am I weeping? Because it's not a sad, weepy musical.
No, it's
not.
Just like it's just, I don't know. It's history. Also, it's a reminder of like the return of like the movie musical. That's like this is the first time we've had a movie musical that followed a track from like OG Golden Era, right? Where it was on Broadway. And then it was off Broadway for a while. And I don't mean like off Broadway. I mean like it was no longer on Broadway.
It was not playing.
And then they made a movie version of it. And that was a huge thing for quite some time.
Yeah, and like a lot of the old movie musicals, it has like, oh, here's some people that would be involved in the original, but also a lot of new people, especially
so some people weren't right for it as well. My favorite was the fact that Abuela Claudia was the same actress from the original cast.
Love it. Great. No notes.
So good.
I
thought the casting for Sonny was perfect.
He was great. I think cast pretty much on the whole was really well done.
It was all right. There were that's underselling
a
it.
lot
I really
of charismatic, hot, beautiful people. Like
yeah, there's been some discourse about the fact that it was lacking in Afro-Latina people,
which is completely
with the main roles.
Which is like, that's
for sure. But I think one of the things that goes with that is the way that they shifted the storyline for Benny. So one of the things, and I don't know how familiar you are with the book of the original musical, because it's not as easily accessible to the recording. Okay, yeah. So in the original,
they have he and Nina's dad have a conflict over nationalities. Yeah.
Yeah, Benny being black is not viewed with a positive light in the original script. And I do kind of miss that because that was a really powerful moment to talk about within, just discussing colorism in different communities is an important discussion. And I think it was a really powerful opportunity that they kind of missed. I can't really speak toward why they made that decision. I don't know what the decision was. I mean, it's Hollywood. They might have said, let's just focus on this one issue. Who knows? The undocumented stuff, parts of it I really liked. Parts of it felt a little under-fleshed out. But
certainly true.
I kind of wish that they still had that bit with Benny where they talked about the racial dynamic.
Yeah, it kind of felt like, and I love that actor. I think he's great.
He's phenomenal.
And he just like radiates fucking charisma. But it does feel like when you remove that, it's like, well, what's Benny doing?
No, Benny
here
kind of doesn't really have much of a role in this version, which furthermore is a testament to just how good this guy is, because I loved him. I can't remember his name. I've seen him in
a few more of this. Yeah, I can't remember either. But give me more of this crazy Chinese guy. He pops. It's
it was really
yeah.
great. I also thought that here's the other thing. Who was the director?
John M. Chu.
John Cho, yes, from Crazy Rich Asians.
Crazy Rich Asians.
Here's my spicy take, right? I don't really agree with. I don't really not that I agree or disagree with. I was a little bummed by some of the changes, right? I wish they hadn't gotten rid of Nina's mom, and there were a few smaller things that I, like. There's a song.
Corey Hawkins is his name, by the way.
Thank you. Yes, he's great.
He's great.
There's a song that Nina in the original sings about Abuela Claudia, and her relationship with her. And it did this really great job of letting the audience know how important this woman is and the role that she played intimately and like distinctively within these people's lives. And they cut that song probably for time, honestly,
because even with all the cuts, we're still like 2 hours and 10 minutes, and I think
because they added more book,
which again, you're turning it into a movie. I get it.
Look, it happens. All of this being said, right, and I could go on about a bunch of small details.
Nerd. Dork.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Dork-ass freak,
and I wear that with pride. But all of that being said, this is one of the best stage-to-film adaptations since Chicago. Hands down.
I would honestly
incredible aesthetic decisions. Like
I would slide my chips over to maybe the best English language movie musical since Chicago, right? Like I would push those chips.
I mean,
there's other ones I like, but
right. I mean, we should hold space for the Hairspray adaptation, which is phenomenal.
Which I like. I like that. Honestly, my issues with the Hairspray adaptation,
your advantage.
Mm-hmm.
This one
of the best. Like absolutely,
hands down.
Beautifully photographed,
staring
gorgeous.
At the screen in awe.
Absolutely.
The other thing that's really great about it, and this is from my musical theater nerd shit, is like there were musical decisions. In in 96,000, there's typically a part where the ensemble kind of cuts down and starts, singing really cool. Once we get going, that whole section. And the fact that they did that by going underwater in the pool,
pretty slick,
brilliant,
pretty
incredible decision. It was so cool. And
then,
just honk your horns if you want it, and like having a real car horn there, $1, $2, $1.60, $1.50, $1.69. I got it. The cutting back and forth. Like changing days to show that this is like an everyday thing.
Yeah,
very cool choice as well. I loved the breaks from realism that they integrated, which is incredible because like that's just something that is part of the territory with musicals and theater. Is film does realism really, really well. Did I cut out? Did I miss like a whole bunch of that?
No, okay. You're right there.
You froze for a second. I didn't know. But yeah,
I don't know if I moved. I don't know if I froze. I think I was just like listening. I think I was just sitting here with like my head resting on my hands.
So still, you're usually
you were holding court. I was just listening.
Go on, please do. Yeah, but like film is so great at realism in a way that like theater could never
intimacy,
ever.
Right?
Yeah.
Like understated intimacy, which you just simply cannot fucking do.
You can't really do. I mean, maybe in a black box situation you can get that kind of understated intimacy, but that's a specific setting. But the thing that makes theater and live performance special and stand apart, especially within the contemporary aesthetics of theater, is it breaks from realism in certain aspects, and the fact that they were able to kind of integrate the film version of that into the aesthetics that they used were great. Like beginning of 96,000, when they're moving their hands and they do the kind of graffiti
little shapey shapes. Yeah,
really great. At first I was like, what's happening? And then I was like, I love this. This is awesome.
What's going on?
The way that they use fabrics over the buildings.
Great.
And not Nina.
Vanessa
running through the street. Beautiful moment. Nina and Benny dancing on the wall.
Beautiful.
Oh my god. Stunning.
An excellent use of digital effects. I think this movie did a really great job of integrating digital effects in a way, with one exception, in a way that felt like seamless. It felt beautiful. Exception? It felt silent. So the 96,000 number. the 96,000 number is fucking great. Like, it's excellent. Like, the choreography, they use the pool in such a phenomenal fucking way.
Very cool,
Like, they're
very
not just
cool.
at a pool, they're using it. There are, like, 4 shots where they cut back to Osnavi, and he is the most green screen I have ever seen him. Like, it looks awful. They cut to him,
really?
like, 4 times, and it looks really bad. They were just, like, out of time and or money on those shots. And it looked very bad, but like the
I
sequence
missed
where
that entirely. I mean, I'm gonna rewatch it again. I saw it in theaters. I haven't seen it on HBO Max yet.
I have not seen it on HBO either. I've been wondering, because there's still not a ton playing, so I'm like, do I want to just like go see In the Heights again? I might want to go see In the Heights again.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
I'd give them money. I'm honestly most excited that Lynn is gonna be known for In the Heights more than Hamilton.
I mean,
as he
I don't know
should.
about more,
Well,
but
in the
it's good to
contemporary
remind
discourse, I
people
think
that he
it's gonna
did
be the big
other
one.
things.
Of course,
right.
the
Well,
second Hamilton opens on Broadway again, it's going to be Hamilton.
It's a done deal. And then again, God help you in 10 years when they do a Hamilton movie or whatever.
I don't think they're going to do it because there's a recording of the original stage, but you never fucking know.
So was Cats.
aging
It just took them like 20 years. You know what I mean? I know that the Cats VHS is not the original stage, but you get what I'm saying. I'm not saying tomorrow.
The Cats VHS is. It's not the original. It's not the original cast, but it is a direct recording
The original
of
Cats
the original
recording.
staging on stage. They added a few specials.
Special effects. And...
They put some sweeteners in, if you will. But
can we get
no,
some
it's
Gugas?
true
Do you have
to-
any Gugas? Yeah, it was.
Gugas. Yeah, it's like when you watch. I mean, it's the reverse. Like, so Rent, was on Broadway, and they made a movie version. And when it was closing, I want to say off Broadway. I think it transferred to off Broadway after a while.
Yes.
And then on closing night, amongst a few other nights, they recorded the stage version of Rent. And it's so good. It's so good. Oh my god!
Again,
If you
I am
wanna
not
cry-
saying tomorrow. I am not saying next year. But on a long enough timeline, that movie will come to be one day.
Yeah,
It
I
will.
hope not. But
There's too much.
You may be right.
One word: money. One word: money. There's so much money to be made.
Yeah, I guess. But as long as it's on stage, I don't think that.
Well, yeah.
I don't
Again,
know.
I am
don't know.
talking. I am talking
Yes,
long.
First of all, yes, money, but also I think Lynn is like Disney loves Lynn, and Warner Brothers now loves Lynn. And so I guess he'll have options as to which one does it. There was a Hamilton Easter egg in the Heights, and I should have seen it fucking coming, and I didn't. And it made me a little mad.
My New York audience went, okay, yes,
Literally.
you're very clever.
Okay, well done. Hold music. You'll be
Okay.
back.
Move
Got
on.
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
I'm sure it was a huge success in the Midwest or in Florida or something.
Listen, we all were like, yeah, okay. I see
Yeah,
you.
it was.
All
right.
It was
But,
okay. It was fine.
As far
it's
as
so
performances
brief.
go, though, the standout performance for me was honestly was Usnavi. Like
Anthony Ramos. Looking
Anthony Ramos.
so hot.
Well, aside from how hot this man is, right?
I know, but it is important to know.
It doesn't
that,
hurt.
like,
It certainly doesn't
he's
hurt.
so hot in this
He's
movie.
fine as hell. No, he is like on another
Everyone
level.
is. I was like, I was very taken with Vanessa as well. I'm like, this is one of the hottest people I've ever seen in my entire. These two people,
Yeah.
they should kiss. They're so hot.
They should kiss. No, but his performance though, also
He's
just
great.
the way
Oh,
that
he's
he
phenomenal.
played this like awkward but not too awkward. I can't even describe it. There was something so human.
I mean, like a normal ass guy.
It was so personable, and it's so wild because first of all, it touched. It
And
hit perfect.
I
note
love
for me.
the
Because, like,
legacy meta of it, of like him taking over the Lynn role after like him kind of becoming Lynn's like protege and pet project. I like him taking over.
You know
Usnavi.
who he was in the original cast of In the Heights, right?
I did not.
He was Sonny.
Oh wow, that's also beautiful. There's a lot of layers.
He's
to this.
always kind of. I'm pretty sure. Wait, let me make sure I'm not just spewing nonsense.
Because I know he's been in Lynn's camp for a long time. They did a musical for NPR together. Obviously, he's in 21 Chump Street.
21 Chump Street. That's based on a school from the same school district that I grew up in.
That's
a
beautiful.
Really fun, cute, quick, musical.
It's a great, and I think it's on you might have to buy it or something, but whatever. It's 4 songs. It's good. I like it. Or just listen to the episode of This American Life that it's a part of.
Right.
And,
no. Let's see.
Yeah, it's great. But he was great. I mean, while you're looking that up, I'll say I've been to the movies a few times since everything's reopened, and kind of really enjoyed being back, but waiting for that moment where it felt like we're back. And this was seeing this opening night in a sold out.
You saw
theater.
it opening night.
I saw it Friday night because I had a wedding the next day, and I was like, I have to go see this movie.
You have to see it, yeah.
So girlfriend and I went up to the Nighthawk in Prospect Park. Great theater, and it was just a packed Friday night opening night screening of New Yorkers, where the projector broke down right before the movie, and then it came back up and everyone fucking applauded, and I just I spontaneously cried for 2 straight hours. It was not, again, it's not even sad. I'm just it's so, they're singing and dancing. It's so beautiful. It was just, I was losing it. It was good. There's flaws in it, okay, but
wait, hold on.
Also, 5 stars.
Just lied. He was not.
You lied to me. It
was Robin DeJesus, who's done a bunch of other stuff as well.
Do you think he maybe took over?
No, he did. Well, he was. I think he was. Let's see.
You've just falsified a history for this man.
Starting in 2011, Ramos earned roles in a variety of regional touring musical productions, including Sonny de la Vega in a 2012 production of In the Heights. Okay, so he was in either the regional or the tour of In the Heights as Sonny. He wasn't the original Sonny.
Wow.
That was Robin DeJesus, who's also another incredible performer. But Anthony Ramos was in Hamilton, right?
Yeah, he's John Lawrence and his son. Name.
Yeah.
Something
John
Hamilton.
Lawrence and Philip Hamilton.
Philip Hamilton. My name is Philip. I am a poet. I wrote this poem just to show it because I just turned 9. You can write rhymes, but you can't write mine. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, I gotta
listen to fucking Hamilton too many times. I'm broken.
Is that true?
I mean, I'm broken. Whether or not it's because I listened to Hamilton too many times might not be related.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Yeah, Robin DeJesus, who was in Rent in 2005, played a few roles. Steve and the Waiter, Angel, or was the understudy for Angel, rather not. In was in Lacage in the Revival as Jacob. Played Aladdin at the Muni.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh, he was Bob
I might have
Wicked too. Yeah, so the original Sonny's done.
He's worked. He books. Sonny books.
Yeah, he got nominated for a Tony for In the Heights. And for Lacage.
It's great.
And for The Boys in the Band. Yeah, he was great. So I confused the two of them. But Anthony Ramos, I genuinely think Anthony Ramos could get an Oscar nom for In the Heights.
Nom is certainly possible. They do love to nom movie
I don't know
performances.
If win because they don't like to give wins for serious categories to musicals, but I could see him getting at least some sort of recognition.
Did someone win for Chicago? Did Catherine Zeta win or Renee?
Maybe, but Chicago was on.
Well, Chicago was.
Level. I mean,
Chicago
the
was
Chicago
Best Picture.
Is almost better than the stage version.
That might very well be true. It's so. I mean,
it's perfect. It is a
Chicago
perfect movie musical.
So good.
It's crazy.
Chicago's so good. Every time you watch Chicago, you're like, God damn.
But that's the other thing, because Chicago explicitly takes advantage of the form of performance being used to tell like an allegory for what's happening in the stage version. So with film, they can literally remove you from the moment and then drop you right back where you left off and do those kind of vaudeville vignettes.
And Chicago is a movie like built on film editing. Like, film editing is so fucking important.
But that's why it works.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's what was so exciting to see what they did with In the Heights, was they brought some of that film editing into the aesthetics, expertly so, and that's
really well done. There's like, most of it is like, it's good, it's well done, and then there's like the completely like blow your fucking socks off numbers, like Abuela's number with the dancing people on the subway.
It was perfect. I mean, the way they do it very similarly in the stage production, and they handled it expertly with the film adaptation. I mean, they did the work. They fucking did it. You know, was it perfect? No. Have there been issues? No.
What movie is
exactly? But yeah,
and I think, you know, I am not the person to hand out this arbitration. I think they've handled the criticisms fairly well. Obviously, that does not then rewrite history. I don't subscribe to believe that I have any say on what kind of response is an adequate response. That's true.
I am appreciative of the fact that Lynn acknowledged that they messed up. Can't say whether or not he's done enough. And that's all I have to say about it. But it is an issue that I am grateful is being discussed within that. And I think, and I talked about this recently actually with a musical theater friend of mine and a collaborator named Adam, and I was talking with them about how it's a real shame that they removed the aspect of Benny's role that had to do with the racial tensions. It wouldn't have removed the aspect that he was kind of tokenized, but it would have presented some sort of contextual reasoning for what we've witnessed. Not that it's a good thing or an excuse for it, but it kind of does a double disservice to cast some incredibly pale people and then remove the
make you tension. Ask a question, right? Is that you're like, okay, not only is it this one thing, but you also removed this element of
that would have acknowledged it.
Yeah, it's something that, like, the eyebrow gets arched.
Certainly a raised eyebrow, but yeah, I thought that they handled it well. You know, when it started as a frame story, I thought the frame story was a really smart way of providing a massive misdirection to an audience, especially ones that know how the story goes. And then they go on to say, like, nobody won the lottery, and I found myself going, wait, what? Hold on, what's about to happen then? Because right around spoilers, by the way. But like, I remember, because knowing the plot, it's around. So typically, and I'm sure you're also at least at minimum vaguely familiar with it. Around the blackout, Usnavi runs to go check on Abuela Claudia, which he does, but the whole group does, and in the movie. But he checks on her, and she's like, "The stars are out tonight. It's beautiful." You know, just being just this beacon of optimism in a really shitty situation, and it's like, oh, how touching. And she lets on that she won, and she kind of is a little scared because she kind of has to protect herself. They also removed the aspects of so they got rid of that in order to kind of move it forward a little bit further, and then have it be a bit more of like a gift from the grave. I do really appreciate one of the biggest discourse things that was happening when it was on stage, when it was on Broadway, was that people were like, okay, hold on, you're telling me that with $96,000, that wasn't enough money to solve literally everyone's problems? Because it was. It was enough to solve everyone's problems, but this version of it, when they turned it into, I'm going to secretly take this and use it to help Sonny become a citizen, that made more sense than the original. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the night. Like, it didn't make sense in the original when people were like, you watch it, you're like, wow, that was great, and then when you like really scrutinize it, you're like, okay, but that would have been tuition, that could have helped this, that could have helped that. So I really appreciated the way that they were able to utilize the plot effectively with what they were saying about immigration status. But yeah, I think there was another point I was gonna make, and I can't fucking remember.
That's okay.
Oh yeah, it was the aspect of they very intentionally removed a lot of the toxic masculinity, which was a cool note. I was appreciative of that. I noticed it. I said, "Nice job, way to go." Graffiti Pete used to rap. Yeah, I got more hoes than a phone book in Tokyo, which is also, a little racist as well.
Which, I was listening to that driving to the wedding that I was at the next day, and I was like, I don't remember that from the movie.
And then, of course, Usnavi shuts his ass down,
which is good. Good for him.
Which is good, but they got rid of it entirely, and they replaced it with "I got more flows than Obi-Wan Kenobio," which I must say is the weakest line I've ever heard out of the Lin
weak.
Project. It's a weak line. I was arguing with my friend, and they were like, "I honestly," and the same thing with the lyric changes that they did for Nina and her mom not being in the show anymore. They tweaked a few of they took any line that mentioned parents plural or anything like that, and they took it out and they replaced it with something else, and they didn't affect any of the lines before it or after it to make sure there was a congruency. They just kind of switched it, and my friend just, I don't even know if Lin changed those lyrics himself. It feels like he didn't do it. Because it normally it was, "What will my parents say when I go in there and say, I know that I'm letting you down?" And then she says, what is it in the movie? She goes, "How am I supposed to say when I go in there and say?" It's like,
yeah.
Awkward. It's a little awkward, and so there's just little things like that they shifted. That it's like, okay, fine. They got rid of the actual bar fight that occurs in Blackout, which I don't know if you knew that happens, but it does.
No, I've listened to the Broadway soundtrack a number of times, but I've never done it while looking at Wikipedia, reading a synopsis.
Right, yeah.
So there's a lot of osmosis, a lot of inferring context clues.
There was on YouTube a recording of the original cast that was floating around a little while. I don't know if it's still there. I would be shocked if it still was. Essentially, Blackout happens. And you know how the music kind of shifts and starts getting fast? It kind of picks up. In that moment, it's Usnavi prying the guy off of Vanessa, being like, "Okay, I'm dancing with her now." And they got rid of that to have Vanessa be like, "You didn't dance with me all night." And then he's kind of a dick to her for no reason, but I digress. And he normally peels this guy off, and the guy shoves him, and they get into a fight, and it really ramps up, and then the blackout happens. And it's really intense when you're in a theater and you're watching stage fight happening in a musical, which I might add is not common. Not a lot of musicals have stage fights.
West Side Story.
But they dance.
Yeah, it's dancing.
Stage fights are dancing.
You're right. There's not a lot of just
Japan, it's sword fights. It's choreo. Not a lot of them are literal fight choreos. Where you're I saw a production one time where they literally did fight choreo. It was beautiful, brilliantly done. Where they took a guy and they did where some guy grabs the back of his head and slammed it into the ground. It was fucking gnarly, right? And you don't expect to see that. They got rid of all of that. Also, during the blackout, Sonny and Graffiti Pete, as I'm sure you've heard in the original cast recording, they go, "We got to go guard the store because people are gonna fucking loot it now that there's a blackout." I just feel like they very intentionally went for the neoliberal route of responding to protests. They went, "Hey, let's not mention looting because I don't know. I'm very
that's
much
gonna set off half the country. Half the country is going to be like, I'm supposed to root for these looters.
Yeah, maybe they were like
respectability
politics. Don't want to imply that people of color loot. And I could go on and on about the role of looting in a country founded on stolen land and
Don't know what you're
how
talking about.
an effective form of protest, but I won't go down that road.
Boston Tea
Because
Party,
I
never heard of
understand
it.
that on a level, they're saying we're trying to tell a story about the resiliency of these people, and we don't want to distract from that theme by bringing in the complexities of that racial dynamic in a system that does not acknowledge their humanity. We're trying to only acknowledge their humanity and not talk about those complexities, which is, it's a choice. And I can't. That's not my place to say it's a good choice. It's a choice that they made. And in some ways, I say good for them, and in some ways, I'm like, damn, I kind of miss it. But it's not my fucking movie, so I don't have a say. But yeah, I could. There's little details here and there all over the thing, but I loved it. I truly had an amazing time in the theater. I thought the musical adaptation to film was a really lush orchestration. I thought Alex Lacamoire did it again, to the surprise of quite literally not a single soul on the planet.
Not a soul on Earth.
Because Alex Lacamoire is a fucking genius.
Yeah, kills it. King.
Beautiful.
Crushed it. And as Alex Lacamoire would say, this is, of course, Advanced Community Studies, a podcast where we watch and talk about the American television comedy show Community, 1 or 2 episodes at a time. We are also the premier podcast of the Yahoo Screen Podcasting Network. I am one of your hosts, TV's Kevin Lanigan, and I am also a deck of basketball cards with white people on them.
I can't.
That's my favorite joke in both of these episodes. Spoilers.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? I'm Jace. I use they, them pronouns. And I don't have a quote this time because I've been really busy and I haven't had a chance to rewatch these 2 episodes, but I do think of them fondly because they are so fucking crazy. So I'm just I have a feeling that this is going to be an episode of Kevin kind of talking about things that happen and me going, oh my god, yeah, that totally does happen.
Remember?
Drop in.
Oh, dip. Well, Jace, I would like to, as we're in the intro section here, and we ended up talking about In the Heights for half an hour, which I did anticipate. So we're gonna keep the intro section long. I do have an apology actually right at the top.
You have an apology?
Yes. I like to try and eat, beforehand, before a podcast, but tonight. It was wild. I had to go vote for mayor, and then I had to work out. And unfortunately, I will have to eat my dinner live on the air, and because of no advertising whatsoever, I do in fact have a Subway sandwich.
Shut the hell up! I hate you.
I do in fact have a Subway sandwich. This is why
For those
I was.
Of you who are curious, this is not an auditory bit. He literally has a Subway sandwich that he's
pulling out a
unwrapping
2-hour-old
What's on your
Subway
sandwich, Kevin? Unsponsored.
Unsponsored.
What do you like on your Subway sandwich? That looks like a half-foot long. Did you go for 6 inches?
I went for a 6-inch. I also had a bag of chips, so that kind of took up the other.
Yeah, once we got rid of the $5 footlong combo, it's not the same.
It's not the same. So I did do a 6-inch. On
Kevin, can I tell you something upsetting?
Yes.
There are people on this planet that are too young to know about the $5 footlong deal.
Which is upsetting. That's that's depressing. What will they think of the joke in this episode where Chang just sings the $5 footlong jingle?
They won't get it.
They will have no context for it.
Especially in 5 years, they won't get it.
They won't get it. So I always opt, on my sub, I get the Italian herbs and cheese. I think it's the finest bread they have. I got one of my standards. Now it is a little bit colder than I like it because again it is 2 hours old. I got the sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Throw some. I contemplated tuna, but I was like, I can get tuna literally anywhere.
Sorry, real quick.
No, it's okay.
Did you hear that they did a DNA test on the tuna in a Subway sandwich? And it couldn't identify any tuna in it.
Could not legally call it tuna. So I almost got the sawdust sandwich. So I got the sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Throw some provolone cheese on there.
Yep.
Spinach, tomato, green pepper, red onion, black olive, sweet onion sauce. Nailed it. A perfect
sauce.
The sauce, yeah, a sweet onion sauce.
All right.
Yeah. Because if you don't ask for they'll put the teriyaki chicken on there, but it might not be a sweet onion, even though it's in the name of the sandwich.
You gotta customize it yourself. What if you want barbecue sauce on your teriyaki chicken?
Yeah,
You don't know.
You never know. Some
You
people
don't
are fucking
know.
wild
Don't
like
make
that.
assumptions. How about that?
Yeah. Hey, make an ass out of you and me.
Alright,
You know what I mean?
First bite. Let's see. How
so
is
this
it?
this is why I was like, no, we
This is-
should record tonight because I don't want to buy another Subway sandwich next week because they're not
committed
that
to this
good.
bit so hard that you were hungry. You waited 40 minutes of In the Heights talk and an extra half hour of me being late tonight.
I waited 45 minutes
dinner.
past recording time to save the sandwich, and then 30 more minutes of In the Heights talk. And listeners, I'm a large boy. I don't like having food that I'm not currently eating. I love to eat. It's one of my favorite things. And it's
I'm genuinely surprised at you.
Tantalus. It was just sitting over here.
I'm also a little upset. I'm like, Kevin, I ran like really late tonight. Like,
this is why I was like, we should not postpone recording for next week because I do not want to buy another Subway sandwich because they are not that good. I don't want.
Why did you do it in the first place tonight?
Because it's a bit. For the bit. I did it for the fine.
You are fucking absurd.
I want you to know, months I've had this on the back.
You've had this, so this wasn't like a, oh my god, this would be funny, we're doing this. You planned this months in advance.
I can't, memory is foggy. Who knows what we actually ever said or did. But I remember we did the season 3 Subway appearance, and I was like, shit, wouldn't it have been funny if I had eaten a Subway sandwich? So I held on to this through half of season 3. All of our Witcher talk,
so
all of season 4, and all of season 5.
Oh my god, Kevin.
And the first bite.
Does it taste like mattress foam?
It's a Subway sandwich, Jace. Yes, it tastes like mattress foam.
I actually had a Subway sandwich not too long ago as well. I was pretty surprised at how much I didn't hate it. Like, I was like,
this is a good sandwich, the onion teriyaki. It's one of their best. It's one of their best sandwiches. I got my girlfriend to wrap, and she was like, "How is it that this doesn't have flavor, like at all?" And I'm like, "It's amazing, right?" I have probably not had Subway in like 3 years. I like the last time I ate it was probably when
Kevin.
I worked.
You had Subway 10 seconds ago.
Oh, fuck you! bite my wiener.
Did you just say bite my wiener?
Yeah. Lick my butt, okay?
You're the worst.
I'm just saying. That's fair. No, I am the worst.
I'm over here literally wheezing. People are gonna listen to this and be like, okay, how was their episode on the season finale? And they're like, well, it was 40 minutes of In the Heights, 20 minutes of Jace laughing at Kevin eat his sandwich, and then 20 minutes of them being like, it was alright. It was okay.
Pretty alright. Some good jokes, it doesn't all work, but let's...
Alright, that's our show. Thank you so much. Pop.
Alright, see you in season 6. Okay, the first episode of the evening. Season 5, episode 12. Basic Story. Directed by Jay Chandrasekhar, written by Carol Kolb. In this first part of the finale, Greendale is visited by an insurance appraiser, played by a Mad TV all-star. Greendale is finally deemed soluble in that Greendale has value. So immediately the school board guys decide to sell it off to the Subway Sandwich Corporation. And at the same time, in a crisis, Jeff and Britta decide to get married. Once again, for the third and final time, Jeff and Britta decide it's time to get married. So this episode's weird. Huh? This is an odd one. Even by community standards, I think this is a bit of an odd duck. Because you have throughout
straight. I don't remember specifics, but I do remember that these 2 episodes are fucking weird.
And as we talked about in the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons episode, like they were kind of making this up as they went along, even more so than normal Community standards. So,
Right.
like, again, they're just, like, throwing shit at the wall and hoping something sticks. There's a lot of moments in here where you're like, oh, okay, they ADR'd something off camera because, like, this did not make sense. It was like watching, like the Whedon cut of Justice League, or, like, one of the Marvel movies where they, like, obviously saved this one in editing, where you're like, a lot of lines are being delivered off camera on this one.
Right.
They really saved this one in post. So this one has the weird runner where Abed's mission is to not make story happen. So, like, the camera becomes a sentient object that is following Abed around Greendale.
Oh,
He's
yeah, they go
actively
meta for no actual reason. Like, it's not
for
like a documentary.
no payoff.
He just somehow out of nowhere knows where the camera is.
Abed becomes conscious of the camera.
I'm
and, like,
not gonna lie to you, it's kind of universe shattering for me. I remember seeing that happen, and I went, no. I was like, why'd you do that?
You said that as I bit into my sandwich, and I was like, "Oh, what did I do? What's wrong with
No,
the
not
sandwich?"
the sandwich. You've already decided to do that to your own body. I can't tell you what to do to your body. That's your body.
I have
but I watched
iron
this show and I went,
bowels. Nothing affects me. People talk about, like, Taco Bell fucking with them. I'm like, I could eat at Taco
I'm
Bell
good.
every day.
I could eat it.
And
I
feel
could probably
nothing.
eat a shopping cart and be okay.
Not full of food. The shopping cart itself.
No, the shopping cart itself. Yes.
As if you were Matter Eater Lad, the minor DC hero who just, like, eats pipes and
The
shit.
what?
Matter Eater Lad?
Is this
He
a
eats-
real character?
Why would I make up Matter Eater Lad?
I don't know, Kevin. Why would you buy Subway after planning it for a month for a stupid bit? I don't understand. Half the
1
things
month?
you do.
How dare you? Like 6 months. Been thinking about this trip to Subway for like 6 months.
Oh, fuck! I'm so sorry. That's
That's-
true. No, that's several months.
Yeah. Like halfway through season 3? That was another lifetime
That
ago.
was a long time ago. That was
a long time
like height of pandemic.
Yeah, we were fever.
Oh my god.
Fever when you hold me. Fever when you hold me tight. Yeah, it's wild. A Buck Wild episode that, like, oftentimes the camera's panning to, like, a man sipping soup, or it's cut to nothing, and then, like, the Ludwig Göransson, like, burn plays while, like, nothing is happening. It's yeah, no wonder NBC canceled this show. I can't blame them. The only other time I've seen a TV show shatter its reality this completely is for any reason, are you familiar with the sitcom Till Death starring Brad Garrett?
You know, Kevin, I can't say that I am.
Okay, well, you know what? Honestly, fair. So this was a show starred Brad Garrett, which everyone would know from Everybody Loves Raymond, of course, played the brother Robert. And the show was originally premised as Brad Garrett and his wife live next door to a young couple. So it's honestly kind of like the show Abed ends up pitching for Jeff and Britta in the second episode here. And it's nothing fucking spectacular. It's a very normal, like, different people can't get along kind of show. And as the show goes along, for whatever reason, Fox gets it into their head. They're like, we need to get this to there's a golden number you want to hit so that your show will get syndicated, right? So, like, you get this many episodes, other networks buy your show so that they can just play How I Met Your Mother, that 70s show, all day long, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for whatever reason, Fox made this their pet project to get the show to that many episodes. And, like, they just keep slashing the budget actively out from under the show. The young couple next door, they leave the show. All this to say is that, like, the daughter's boyfriend becomes a major character. And towards the end of their final season, season 4, where no one gave a fuck, the boyfriend starts believing he is on a TV show. And at times, he, like, breaks through This was like a laugh track show, so it's like a 3 camera. And at one point, he just like leaves the set and starts like fucking with the cameras and like messing with the boom guy. This happened on just like a regular ass sitcom. This man just had a
feels
completely
like they
divorce
tried
from
to
reality.
do Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You know specifically what I'm referring to, where he says something like, "Well, then why can't we afford a roof?" And then he looks up. And then the camera pans up to reveal that they're in a studio.
Yeah.
And
Fresh Prince always did shit like that. You know, Will would turn the camera.
Like, from episode 1, they would have him like clock camera. He'd be like, break the 4th, break the 5th wall. You know, like just
that was part of the language of the show.
Part of the language part of the established aesthetics. And it's just like, what the fuck?
It's kind of like, honestly, like I've been watching a lot of Marx Brothers movies lately, and it's like, yeah, the Marx Brothers don't ask you to believe in an inherent reality, right? Like, the fact that you are watching a movie
you understand innately that these are vaudeville performers that are known as a trio, and so you start watching and you're like, there's 3 independent characters that have nothing to do with each other, and they're somehow at some point going to magically have a fully coordinated and choreographed bit
musical
where they do something together. And
yeah.
You just kind of accept it.
Absolutely. And, like, the one I watched most recently, they start, like, turning the camera. Groucho Marx makes a joke about the Hays Code, about how he's not allowed to fuck on camera. It's wild.
Wait, which one was that?
That was at the circus. They starts doing direct to camera, and at one point he's like, well, we can't, he's like with a lady, and he's like, well, we can't do anything to mess with the Hayes office, and he like looks directly at camera, so that the audience were like, yeah, you're not allowed to fuck.
Later. wait, at the circus?
At the circus. It's pretty good. I liked it quite a bit.
I like their stuff. Oh my god, The Thing is on Criterion Channel?
Yeah, it's leaving at the end of the month, so hop to.
Well, shit.
Well, you get to watch The Thing. Congratulations. Great movie.
I might watch that tonight. I've been meaning to watch the original The Thing for a while.
Oh,
wow.
It's so great.
The way that we do tangents, let me tell you.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited to get some Cronenberg gore into my system.
Well, it's, you have to keep looking.
Wait, that's not Cronenberg that did the special effects for that one?
No. Well, I don't know if he was on, like, the special effects team. I thought is it Rick Baker? He usually does a lot of like sicko shit. But that movie, it's a John Carpenter movie. I don't know. Maybe was Cronenberg a special effects technician before that? Maybe I'm about to learn something.
I might have made that up.
That's entirely possible. This episode's weird. It sets up a lot for the treasure hunt storyline of the second part. I actually really like the section with the insurance appraiser. Where he comes in and he's like, what's a dog? The city defines a dog as any entity with 4 legs and a tail. So, cats, cows, horses, all species of dog.
This is next season where they're talking about City College saying that they gave a dog a degree. Yeah, you didn't do that, did you? And then he goes silent. He goes, you didn't.
Did we give a degree to a dog?
To a dog.
I hope y'all are ready for like 13 episodes of me mimicking Patrick Brewster deliveries, because it's coming.
Fucking wait.
Yeah, the insurance appraiser section, it's funny. I like Michael McDonald. He's a funny guy. One of the best people to ever be on Mad TV. When he's trying to like tip over the vending machine on himself and he can't do it. God, how do I explain to you who Michael McDonald is? The guy who plays the insurance appraiser was a Mad TV cast member. You might know him as the guy who gets run over by the steamroller in the first Austin Powers movie. You might... God. That didn't get you? He played Stewart on Mad TV? The guy that played Stewart?
Michael McDonald, comedian. Hold, please. I need to see a picture of this guy's face.
You'll know him. If you see this dude, you'll be like, he was on an episode of a show I watched, because he's everywhere. And he directs a lot of TV now.
I'm going as fast as I can. Give me a second.
Yeah, there it is. Michael, not to be confused with the singer of the exact same name.
From the Doobie Brothers.
Was he on the Doobie Brothers? That makes sense. That checks out.
One
episode of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. He was in the new Ghostbusters.
Yes, I know his face immediately. Upon seeing it, I'm like, yes, I know this guy.
You're like, yes, this man. Anyway... Funny fucking guy. Good for him. He's still booking. He still works, despite the fact that he was on Mad TV.
didn't Key and Peele start on Mad TV?
Exactly. It's on.
We
Okay.
fundamentally shit talk Mad TV because it didn't reach the same pop culture status as Saturday Night Live, but it was an institution.
Ike Barinholtz, Arden Marine, a lot of other talented people. I will say that just somehow, with the sheer amount of talented, funny people that were on that show and resulted from that show, it's amazing how unfunny it really was. It's like, how did you have all these funny people and this show is not good? It's amazing. Nicole Parker, great cast of characters. It just somehow never really worked. Never really took off.
It never really picked up. It's hard to find its energy.
What Bobby Lee? I watched a lot of Mad TV.
Its closest relation. I mean, people, when you think of Mad, I don't think of Mad TV. I think of Mad Magazine. So it's hard to take the shortest of short. Like the Mad Magazine was like we've got memes right now which are 4 panels, and that was Mad Magazine's shit.
That was Mad Magazine. I mean, Mad Magazine is like a magazine whose humor is single images. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even like sketch length. It's one picture where like,
and then they
Darth Vader is called like Darth
TV...
Vapor and he's vaping. Like it's just
dumb shit. And then I mean like.
Yeah, it's just horrible.
Some of the most famous, the Mad TV sketches that were famous when I was growing up, when I was a children, were Can I Get Your Number, which was a woman drag dressed as a guy hitting on a girl in a movie theater, which quite frankly is incredible gender satire.
Good stuff.
And the other one was just a white woman doing a racist caricature of an Asian woman at drive-thru.
Yes.
That was the other big one.
Played by Alex Borstein, who would of course voice Lois Griffin for 1,000 years.
Ever. Is that show still running, or is it reruns only now?
No, it's still running, which is unbelievable. And also, she was the harp player on Gilmore Girls. Anyway.
Okay, question. This might be totally wrong. Is she also in Marvelous Miss Maisel?
I haven't seen that show. I think she is, though, because that's from the creator of Gilmore Girls. So that would make sense that she would be on that show.
What's her name? What's that actor's name? Yeah, okay. Yeah, eat your Subway sandwich. No, don't let me doing the actual podcast get in the way of you doing a bit of the podcast.
Alex Borstein. Borstein.
Wait, Alex, what was that?
I just said
Borstein. Borstein, there she is. Alex Borstein.
Kick your ass over Skype, I swear to God.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Family Guy, Marvelous Miss Maisel. She's got a big role in Maisel as well. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's so crazy how like her big come up when I was growing up was her just straight up. There was no punchline. It was her just being racist and then kind of an asshole. And it was like, what? What?
Yeah, pretty fucked up, right?
Mad TV. What a time.
What a time to be alive. Obviously, we have a lot to say about this episode of Community. Hickey has an unbelievable delivery in this episode, where he says, "I've seen insurance appraisers bleed. The blood's different, darker." Which is, that fucking kills me. That absolutely.
I think Hickey is the character that I think I probably underestimate. Like I'm gonna try that one more time. Hickey is the character that I underrated the most, for sure. Like, when watching the show, I was never like, this character is great. And now, it's the same thing with, like, going back and watching season 4. Like, while I was watching it, I was like, it's really not bad. And then watching it in the critical lens, I'm like, oh, it's bad. Oh. And then Buzz Hickey, I was like, oh, yeah, he's fine. And then now watching it with the critical lens, I'm like, I fucking love this guy.
I love this dude. He's so fucking funny. Again, it's completely understandable that he would leave this show after the season and go do the Breaking Bad prequel. That makes perfect sense. But I love that we got fucking 12 episodes. Ooh, I'm so sorry.
And this one was Yahoo, right? Season 5 was Yahoo, or 6 was Yahoo?
6 was Yahoo. We are about to enter the Yahoo years, and the vibe is different. Like, it's
Yeah, it's a
looser.
vibe check for sure.
It's obvious that they have no money. Like, there's a lot of changes
Right.
that happened in the transition to Yahoo Screen. But it's good. There's good killers in this episode. I really like the scene between Jeff and Britta where they ultimately come to the conclusion that they should get married and have sex on the study room table again. They got to break this one in. They haven't had sex on this one. That, like, I think it's really, like, sweet that they're older than most of the other characters. They're having this sort of heart-to-heart, like, well, we've been here for 5 years, and the only thing we got done was each other, Like, we might as well. It does make a certain sense. And watching the behind-the-scenes of that documentary, there was another version of these 2 episodes. The one from the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, sorry. Yes.
There's another version of this episode they were pitching where it's Jeff ultimately comes to the conclusion that Britta is the one that means the most to him in that very, very contrived sequence in the next episode that we will, of course, get to. But it's an interesting enough little episode with some good jokes, but it's just deeply odd.
For sure.
School board guys, I love them. They come in and the dean asks if they're drunk, and Richie says, "Good luck proving it before we're not," which is very funny. Drunk cat behavior.
I love lines like that. Like, oh man, that is such an incredible one-liner.
Yeah, good luck proving it before we're not.
It's one of those things that when you hear it, you go, "What did I just hear?" And then when you sit on it for a second, you go, "That's fucking funny."
That's fucking... And it's like, wow, that's like weirdly smart and interesting.
That's... what an oddly cogent thing to say in that state. Yeah, it's...
in that state. What an overwritten thing to say. But it's yeah. Anyway, okay, let's get into the next part. But it's also in this episode that we set up... Russell Borchert loves computers more than women's butts or hooters. That he had sex with the computer and died of the world's first computer virus. Back when Greendale was called Greendale Computery College, which is very funny.
Oh man, yeah, this dips.
He was a millionaire and a genius. You have sex with one computer, and that's your legacy? What'll I be? The bald dean with glasses, I guess. And we move now into our second part, where the gang hatches a plan to look for Greendale's buried treasure.
So stupid. I love it.
So
I love that they did a buried treasure plotline. It just makes sense for this show. Do I sort of wish that it was actually like Troy out at sea doing a buried treasure thing with LeVar Burton? Yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, of course you
amazing.
do, right? Like,
yeah, of course I do. But I am glad that we got a buried treasure episode. It only seems fitting. I don't.
This
think
is
we got
another. This is another one of those. No, they never do a pirate thing. Pirate is not quite enough of a genre.
Yeah.
It was a genre back in like the 40s and 50s, but it never really expanded outside that decade, with, of course, the one very notable exception of 5 Johnny Depp movies.
But that I would even consider to be movies based on theme park rides.
Yeah, I mean, and they're still pirate movies, indisputably, but I understand what...
If you want to,
there's isolated pirates after that, like Pirates of Penzance or whatever.
That was before that. Pirates of Penzance is old school, yeah.
Well, maybe I'm just thinking of the movie that has like Kevin Kline, so it's like from.
Wait, they did a remake of Pirates of.
I don't think it's a remake. I mean, it's an adaptation of the Gilbert and Sullivan. I don't know.
Pirates of Penzance is a Gilbert and Sullivan opera from 1879.
Oh, well, that shows what I know about Gilbert and Sullivan. Well, they did it with Kevin
Gilbert and Sullivan are fucking old, dude.
I didn't realize that, okay?
They're like operetta. Yeah, no, Pirates of Penzance is like oldest of old school, for sure, for sure.
I understand that now. Now I understand. Now your whole plan is clear as day.
I'm glad I could help you.
Yeah,
know that.
It's about time someone did.
Sincerely, your musical theater nerd. No, I actually think that Pirates of the Caribbean is the most contemporaneous. Is that the right word? The most contemporary of the pirate films.
I mean, indisputably, right? I think there were a couple. I mean, there was like the Aardman Animation did a movie called Pirates. You know,
Pirates
which was like
popular with animated stuff. I think Disney also does some spin-off TV shows here and there.
Okay, Jace, we are forgetting one unbelievable exception, and the most popular story of its medium, one of the biggest money-making stories of all time, is still going now 20 years and is about pirates. And it is called One Piece.
Is One Piece about pirates?
It's about pirates.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's about little pirates, and they're on
I
the
don't know
sea.
One Piece super well.
I
am only moderately involved in the anime scene. Like, I know like more than the average person does about anime, but I still don't know stuff that an anime fan would know. You know?
No, that's
I
fair.
did not realize One Piece was a pirate show. That's fun. You say that it sounds vaguely familiar, but that's not something that I would have like been like.
For sure. I mean,
duh.
I only really. I mean, I was aware that One Piece was about people sailing, but like I didn't know before October, where I took it upon myself to.
You used to work
read
at
One
a comic
Piece.
book and manga store,
Yeah, so that checks out. That,
you were a
that
bit
makes
more
sense.
familiar with the
I
content.
was aware enough that boats were involved.
Yeah, I didn't really know too much about boats.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
In One Piece, I should say. I know it. I don't know a lot about boats.
I've said a lot of things about you, Jace. I've never called you seaworthy. I've never.
I'm not seaworthy. I grew up in a surf town, like with like boats and shit. But I'm not. I enjoy yacht rock on occasion. I don't know.
Okay.
If that counts.
All right. Okay.
But no,
now
I'm
we're
not.
talking.
I don't know. Well, I was gonna say I don't know how to tie knots, but I don't know how to tie sailor knots. Happy Pride Month. I don't know.
I know how to tie sailor knots, honey.
Oh, honey.
I don't. That's a bad euphemism.
Yeah,
That
I don't
doesn't
know.
Make any sense.
I don't know. Anyway, buried treasure.
Buried treasure, buried treasure, buried treasure, buried treasure. They're going wild in that. That I believe that is unscripted. I think they just did that.
It
they're
makes
little
sense for what
treasure.
we understand at this point in the production that they
And-
just went fucking roll it.
That they were like, I don't know, these three actors are having a good time with this little dance. Fuck it, it's the end of the episode. Fuck it. It checks out. This is also the point where, and this is not a fault of the performer, but where I think Annie kind of starts to fade away, and we get a lot more Alison Brie, who is like a very expressive, like goofball kind of human being. You know what I mean? This is where like that starts to like come to the forefront, because it's not that she's like very, Annie Edison is very tight-laced, very 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 strung up, very very orderly, and this is the point where like Allison starts to bleed even more so into the character, and there's a couple deliveries in this set of episodes where she's like, nuh-uh, and it's like it's full Brie,
you see her like regress to a child.
Yeah, this is the point where they start doing like Annie and Abed have secret handshakes, and it's her milking him like a cow, which is like Alison Brie shit more than it's Annie Edison shit.
I mean, it doesn't feel out of place too much because it feels like she's filling up a bit of the void that Troy has left, and they are roommates. But it is fun to see that evolution for sure.
Yeah, no, it checks out. Again, not a criticism. It's just something that happens here late in the end. Sort of a similar process that happened with Britta, but like 4 seasons ago. Season 5, episode 13, Basic Sandwich, directed by Rob Schraub, written by Ryan Ridley. Most of the Save Greendale Committee goes down a hole into the secret hallways of Greendale's former academic buildings.
Wait, did you say Ryan Ridley, like from Rick and Morty Ryan Ridley?
Yeah, this is where he enters the fold. This is where he enters the Harmon
Whoa!
fold. Well, I
was like, I haven't heard that name before. Has he done a Community episode before?
No, I think because I think Rick and Morty season 1 has aired at this point, or at least has like wrapped production. And so Ryan is a writer on the first season of that, and he's also like a voice actor all over it.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Wait,
because that show actually has
Rick
like
and Morty
3 voice actors, like that Rick and Morty is like 90% 3 guys. And then everyone else does. I just watched the season 5 premiere. It was very good. I enjoyed it.
I haven't seen it yet. You enjoyed it?
It was good. It's on YouTube for free right now if you want something else to watch after this.
I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, Mr. Nimbus. We stand a wet king.
What the fuck did you just say?
You'll understand.
I will. I'm concerned.
The episode. So they go underneath to the remnants of Greendale Computery College to track down Russell Borchert, played by Chris Elliott, the person who actually founded and owns Greendale, and they discover Borchert's gold. This episode... Okay, can I address one very controversial topic at the top of this episode? Because they find a poster where the 70s debate team was debating who's hotter, Elliot Gould or Donald Sutherland. And Jeff and the Dean both say Donald Sutherland, but it is clearly Elliot Gould.
Wait, let me look up both of these people. Donald.
Look up 70s
Sutherland.
Donald Sutherland.
70s.
He's
Donald
in MASH.
Sutherland.
He's in the remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. That's the right era to look for pictures of.
Okay, and then who's the other one?
Elliot Gould. Look up 70s Elliot Gould. Right the fuck now and tell me he does not own Donald Sutherland's ass. Come on.
Alright, let's see here. Elliot Gould does funny stuff, right? He's a funny man.
He's a funny guy. He was a Robert Altman regular.
Oh my god, it's not even close
It's
how much
not
hotter
even
Elliot Gould is.
close. Look at the pictures of Elliot Gould and Barbra Streisand from when they were married. That's some of the hottest two people have ever fucking been.
You know what? You want to hear my quick piecemeal theory?
Please.
Donald Sutherland. Wait, is he the father of Kiefer Sutherland?
I don't think that timeline checks out. I think Kiefer might be too old.
Why do I see Donald and Kiefer Sutherland finally? What is this? Okay, anyway, what I was saying is Donald Sutherland looks a little bit like, especially when he's got the full beard, a little bit like Dan Harmon. And that's probably why they're making
Donald Sutherland. I was thinking that he more closely resembles Joel McHale of the two given actors. I mean, it's an incredible joke that would be the debate.
Kiefer Sutherland is Donald Sutherland's fucking kid.
Wow. I thought... Maybe
That's
I think Kiefer Sutherland is older than he is.
Kiefer Sutherland was in his late teens when he finally got the opportunity to see Donald's 70s era movies. Okay, I found a Los Angeles Times article about the two of them.
Nice.
What the fuck? That's crazy.
That's fucked up. I didn't know
realize they were a dynastic family.
I thought he was like his uncle, but I guess no. It's a full dynasty, folks. Folks, we got a dynasty on our hands.
Sutherland dynasty.
Someone called the Coppolas because we got a dynasty on our hands.
All right. But yeah, it's literally no question. Elliot Gould,
it's no
right
question.
Next to Barbra Streisand. Yeah, no.
Are you kidding me?
There's a picture. I'm looking at this picture of Elliot Gould with a cigarette in his mouth that's basically halfway burnt, but the ashes are still fully attached. His tie's a little loose.
Burn
his
it
hair's
on
a little
me,
rough.
Elliot.
I'm like,
burn
this
me,
cute, charming bastard.
Oh my god.
Wow. I never
Yeah,
got the joke because whenever people say names of celebrities in TV shows, I'm like, yeah, it's not gonna, because I don't know any of them anyway, right? Yeah.
that was you just like zoning out because you're like, what? Who are these guys?
You said
It's
things,
not even.
and
It's not
they
even a
sound
question.
vaguely familiar, but I do not know what any of those. Yeah.
No, come on. Okay, thank you for for
No,
just
you
like
are
agreeing.
right. You are right.
Because like, and no shade at Donald Sutherland. Okay,
Donald Sutherland is a very special kind of hot.
but like, are you fucking kidding me?
No, it's not even a contest.
It's like, okay, it's like
Put a
if you
poll.
were.
You do a Twitter poll. I really want to see what the audience thinks.
Thinks. I mean, they better be on our side, or I'll whatever horny freaks. But it's like, okay, it's like if you said if the debate team topic was like who's hotter, Chris Hemsworth or a second person who is attractive, but come on now. 555, come on now. Who's hotter, Chris or Liam? Like, I don't know. That's all I could think of. I
a close one. Chris.
That's
and
actually
Liam,
close because Liam is also hot. I have too much tequila.
they also just look like each other. Ooh,
Who's hotter, Chris Hemsworth or Mark Ruffalo?
Oh,
Ruffalo
yeah, okay,
is not...
wait, okay, so yeah, you're on the same page as I am. Ruffalo's hotter.
Oh, I was not, but
Okay, well,
never mind.
Ruffalo's
So apparently,
my type. I'd be like,
well,
look at this cute bastard.
He's
Shit.
very cute. Again, that was the point. Was like no one is knocking Mark Ruffalo, but like
No, but Chris Hemsworth is like, he's fucking Thor. Like,
come on. Right. I mean, obviously the energies are totally different.
Totally.
Can I honestly say my well, I don't know why I'm asking. This is a podcast
Yeah,
where
you're
I
gonna tell
offer
me
my
anyway.
opinion on the episode. I love everything in this episode except for the entire length of time they are in Russell Borchart's computer room. Almost nothing that happens.
I'm remembering there's like a karaoke machine bit.
The bit with the jukebox is fucking hysterical. Where they play Open the Door by the Secret Doors, and it's like, open the door, ooh, mama, the door is opening, ooh, yeah. Is so funny to me. And then when they're closing it, they're like, closing the door quicker than the first time for dramatic effect. It's like such a fucking Rick and Morty joke. It kills me. It's so
That's true.
so
it is
funny.
very Rick and Morty.
This is where the
that makes
humor
sense
starts to
considering
like
that Ryan Ridley did this one.
Exactly.
Okay.
This is where like the Rick and Morty sensibility like really starts to bleed over into Community, and they kind of mold there for a second. But like everything in the hallway where they're doing jokes about the 70s, where they find like basketball cards with white people on them, where Abed is like
Right.
is just trying to shove 70s references down everyone's throat, and he starts like developing like Jeff and Britta spin-off married sitcoms. All of that is really funny. The stuff with like, as much as a bummer as it is that Shirley does not come down in the hole with them, it's so weird that she doesn't. That it's just like her and Hickey up top. It's strange. But anyway, like I like all the stuff where like
Why do you
the school
think she
board
would,
guy.
though?
The school board guy has psychic powers.
Oh,
Like,
paragliding.
he's robbing their brains. I robbed it.
I'm trying to remember. Did he ever successfully do anything?
He said hang glider and Greek restaurant, and at the end of the episode, Hickey is like, "Can I tell you a secret? I was thinking about a hang glider." And then he goes up to like a Native American who's just there, and he's like, "The true owners of this land are the Arapaho." And the school board guy Richie is like, "Would it offend you if I asked you to teach me in the ways of special powers?" Which is like,
God.
it's
I
weird as
forgot about that. Is that the bumper?
No, that's just the bumper is about Richie, but it's like, what if it's like fake NBC shows where like Questlove from The Roots is the host of Celebrity Beat Off. BJ Novak.
Celebrity Beat Off?
Beat Off, yeah.
Terrible.
BJ Novak is Mr. Egypt. He's just like a mummy. They have a show called Intensive Karen, about like a
Oh my
doctor in a
God.
wheelchair. It's very funny. Very, spoilers for the rankings. Very good, but it's so odd that this happens. And
It's gonna
his
be
show
a
is called-
difficult one to rank because you're the only one that has this in recent. So it's gonna be you kind of just picking numbers and me being
It'll
like,
be
yeah, I
very-
guess so.
be the Kevin Rankings show. Here we go. And maybe you'll hazily remember it and be able to lend some assistance there. But like everything in the hallway where there's like good back and forth repartee, where they like are like burning down the teacher's lounge to find the next clue. It's like all that shit is really funny. And then when they come up at the end and Jeff is like, now I teach law at Greendale, so I don't know a lot about law. But, Subway does not do conflict. We do good food at good prices. We are simple sandwich artists. And everyone chants eat fresh. There's a ton of fucking good jokes. It's also that scene at the end where they're having like the press conference is so funny because you're like, this show has no money left. There are 3 extras in this scene. There's like no one here. It's rushed, shall we say.
That's amazing.
They were shoving this one out the door as they were trying to figure out what the fuck was going on.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, sorry. I derailed it. But when they get into Russell Borchart's room, and it's like a bunch of jokes about how like emoticons are stupid and people arguing in the YouTube comments of cat videos. Let me offer. I am no scriptwriting expert. I dabble. Let me offer some scriptwriting advice to everyone.
Is it your degree in script writing?
It is, but like, come on now. 555, come on now. Jokes about YouTube comments have never once been funny. We can stop trying.
Okay, I was just gonna say that.
We can stop trying.
I think
Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet. We can not do jokes about YouTube comments.
I think especially like at that time, like with the way that they talk about it in that context, aged really awkwardly. YouTube has kind of shifted so dramatically, so drastically, so quickly over the past decade, not even, that references to YouTube culture don't age. They don't. They do not have a contemporary retention. Like these references don't hold. So it's kind of hard.
And it's tough. And then there's this weird moment at the beginning where Abed is like bracing him for like, all right, let me rip off some band-aids real quick. TV shows don't give any time for theme songs anymore. He says a second one, and then his third one is Woody Allen voiced a cartoon ant. Which, let's just say, if we're ripping off Woody Allen related band-aids in 2014, we were aware that he did worse shit by then. Why is that the Woody Allen band-aid that we decide to
I'm
rip off?
going to take a guess that they wrote something a bit more on the nose.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Someone went, nope!
It should be said that Abed's line about ants is delivered entirely off camera. So yeah, there was another joke there that they cut at the last
God.
minute. But it doesn't work,
God.
and then Jeff puts on a headset that reads his feelings, and then he looks at Annie, and his feelings are powerful enough to open the door. No thank you.
God, no, don't give the Jeff and Annie shippers any more fucking fodder for that flame.
There's some debate in the cutting of it of whether or not it's because he looks at, Britta, Abed, Dean, and Annie, and it's like, oh, the collective power of all 4 of them. But it ends on Annie, and apparently on the commentary, Dan Harmon confirms that it is his feelings about Annie, but like, whatever, the commentary doesn't get to tell me what's in the show. Anyway, I don't...
No, the guy that wrote it does.
I mean, death of the author, where it's once it's in there in the public eye, what intention does not equal execution. But also, it's whatever. I'm an adult. I have sex. It doesn't matter if the show wants to confirm a ship or whatever.
What the fuck?
That's what I'll use to be like, who cares?
I'm an adult. I have sex.
I'm an adult.
Kevin, I'm going to let you know right now that might be the least favorite thing you've ever said.
That's saying something. That's steep fucking competition.
Are you going to try and one-up yourself now?
I have fucking 13 more episodes of Community to do it, baby.
All right. I can see it happening.
And then whatever we do after that.
True, yeah. Which I know you have ideas. We've talked about a couple.
Ideas. People keep asking me, and I'm like, I don't know. Let me finish this one first.
Let's do this first. Maybe like
then we'll talk.
Then we'll talk. Yeah.
We'll talk. Like when's Witcher season 2 coming out? We'll talk.
Yeah, we did Witcher for a while too.
Yeah, I don't know. They're doing a convention next month, like just a Witcher convention, which like
how. I feel like there's not enough content to have a full convention.
Well, it's Netflix and the video games are they're doing a
Netflix
collab.
and the video games and the books, but even still, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody invited Orbit Books to join. I don't know if they invited like Hachette to join in on the conversation. Anyway, this episode is fine. There's sections I really like, but the whole time we're in the fucking big computer Winter Soldier room, I'm like, none of this is making it happen for me. None of this is getting me up off the ground. But I also like to point out when it's somebody's last episode, and there's a few on this one.
Yeah, it is a finale episode.
Obviously, it is the Subway representative's last episode, which, like, not a major character, but he always made me laugh. Every time he shows up, that guy kills me.
As far as nailing a cameo, that guy knew how to do it.
Nailing a cameo. It's also worth noting, there's a section where, like, a bunch of Subway employees show up to, like, deliver exposition, and one of them is the guy that replaced Subway the character in Digital Exploration of Interior Design. It's like one of them
That's
is
a good
fake
little detail.
Subway. It's a good little callback. But it is the final episode of both Hickey and Duncan. This is Duncan's final episode.
Damn. I am glad they brought him back for a hot sec.
He had a lot of great moments this season. A lot of great end tags. He kind of owned a lot of the end tags this season. And that all
love
worked.
John Oliver so much.
He's so funny. And, like, obviously he's doing great. Like, he's making more money than he ever has.
He's doing just
wiping his ass with Emmys. He has so many. Like, it's just good for him. But this is the end of Duncan. Someone who's been with us since the pilot.
Literally in the pilot, yeah.
On and off. Obviously, because of John Oliver's schedule on his many successful comedy programs.
Right.
But this is it. After a long storied history, one of the characters who can get a laugh out of me most consistently. Like, they're beside Troy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pound for pound, the guy could deliver. So as we go on, we remember all the times we had together. If I was more technically sound, I would play that song on the pod, but I don't know how to do that. Yeah, that's... We remember. We have a perfectly good facsimile. And this is also it for Buzz Hickey.
Damn, really? Yeah, that's true.
This is it. Between seasons, he leaves to go do Better Call Saul. There's a brief blink and you miss it mention that he died in season 6. I'll point it out when it happens. I don't know. I don't care. He's alive in my head. Headcanon, he's alive. Because fuck it, whatever. And Jonathan Banks was an interesting choice to join this show. Community often will pull dramatic actors instead of comedic actors. You know what I mean?
No, who will do that?
Community, the television program.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they'll pull John Goodman, who obviously is like a mixed, but like they'll pull John Goodman, they'll pull in Michael K. Williams from The Wire if they want a teacher for a season. And so Jonathan
Can I tell you
Banks is
something
like,
fun about John Goodman? Sorry, I don't want to,
please.
not to go too far off, but
No,
we
as
did
many
spend
John
40
Goodman
minutes
facts as you
talking
have.
about musicals. Are you familiar with John Goodman's musical work?
I am familiar with. Sorry, I turned off my video. I am familiar with a couple things. I'm familiar that he did the theme song for a parody video game called Pissed, and it's a song about how he's pissed. I know he was in the Blues Brothers 2000, replacing John Belushi. I know that he is in the David Byrne directed movie True Stories, where he sings a few songs. He of course sings the end credit song of Monsters Inc.
Well, that's because he's in it.
He of course sings the end credit song of Monsters Inc.
But did you know?
I wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have. Sorry.
Did you know? No, that was a good one. Did you know that John Goodman was in the original Broadway cast of Big River, which is the Huckleberry Finn musical.
Yeah.
And he plays Huckleberry Finn's dad and has a song called Government, where he sings about how he hates the government.
Now, if I were to track down, is there an OBC for...
There most certainly is. It is accessible just about anywhere where music is streaming. Look up Big River. It's one of the earlier songs on the album. It's called Government.
When I was doing vocal lessons, I almost did a song from Big River, but it wasn't that one. Hold on. It's been a minute. I did from the Jekyll and Hyde musical. I did that I peer through windows, watch life go by, think of tomorrow and wonder why.
Oh my god. Hold on. Give me 1 second. My mom's calling. Hello?
Speaker phone. That's okay. That was enough time for me to listen to Government 1.5 times.
So Government.
Government. It was a bop.
It's a fun song. John Goodman, original Broadway cast.
He's a great. He goes well alongside a harmonica. He's a guy.
Does.
He just works perfectly with harmonica.
Sounds good. It's a great show, and he does a great job in it.
Great show. All right. Well, I think we've about done it up then. Your mom was telling us to wrap it up, so let's move on over to the rankings then, shall we?
Let's do it. And it's mostly gonna me being
but
like,
you don't have to take my word for it. So let's start with the end tags ranking. The first is between Duncan and Hickey, where they discover that they might be father and son.
I remember this one. I really enjoy this one, actually.
I used to hang out in Stansberry's. My mother was a Stansbury whore. Good shit. Good shit. They sing like an old British drinking song.
It's great.
Oh, man. This one's fucking good.
This is a really
shit. Where am I looking for this one? Okay, let's I don't know, for
a pile of bullets and cocaine at number 9.
Yeah, you weren't there for that one, but we were big fans. We were big fans of that scene where she's like, "Start looking for cocaine, honey, because we can afford it." Yeah.
Quit your job at Apple Computers.
What kind of company offers stock options as a Christmas bonus? So let's, for no apparent reason, look at number 20, the Pierce Poop Rap. How does this one stack against the Pierce Poop Rap?
I mean, I could go above it. I could go a higher ranking. What are you thinking?
I could go. Okay.
Or do you not want to? Troy and
No.
Abed, Dine and Dash.
That's a good one.
Dr. Doogie Seacrest.
That's just that line delivery alone is really what.
Exceptional.
Doogie Seacrest.
I'm Dr. Doogie Seacrest.
Donald Glover, funny guy. Okay, number 15, Carol of the Changs, where they do a Christmas song and it's just everyone's like catchphrase.
I've never understood why this got ranked so high. I don't know why you and Caleb fucking love this one. It doesn't do much for me at all.
Ding, 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 ding. No, okay. Well, I won't be able to sell you, but I have a great time. So, okay. Well, let's look at 10. Hickey, where Troy and Abed are.
It's not
hiding.
funnier than 11, which is Pepper Water. It's definitely lower than.
It's definitely in there.
Abed's it's lower than Abed's stand up. Which one's Pledge Drive?
That's where they do a pledge drive.
I don't know what that means.
At the end of Pillows and Blankets, where they're like, "Hey, call in, give us your donations." We don't like doing them. You don't like seeing them. No, it's not as good as that one.
Not as good as that one. So I'm gonna put. I would put it above Carol of the Changs, but I don't. And Betty White after that.
I would maybe inch this one outside the top 20. If I'm asking myself honestly, do I enjoy this as much as a rap about having a big poop breakfast with a glass of pee?
Fake fire alarm. Yeah, okay, yeah, 21's a good spot. Yeah,
Vaughn's breath is so bad his butt's mad at his mouth. And then what the fuck do I call this? Hickey and Duncan related? And it's gonna be a bunch of punctuation. Just you watch. There you go. Then the fake commercials. I like this one a lot as well. And it's like perfectly pastiched to NBC ads of that time.
They do this again in season 6, right? With like Shirley.
Yeah, they do another like fake spinoff with the butcher and the baker,
right?
Where she
right.
works for like a troubled.
They also
Louisiana
earlier
detective.
on in the show they do like the fake ones that happen. No, it's the beginning of season 4. One of the few things I like about it, where they have the fake ads.
Blonde.
You know what I'm talking about? The fake ads like in the bottom of the screen. Oh my god,
I just quoted one of them. Yeah.
What did you say? Sorry.
I said blind blonde, and that's blind,
yes.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. I'm looking at the top 20 again. This one might actually crack it. This one might actually make its way in there. But is it as good
I'm going to recommend the new 15 as a starting point.
I like that. Depends on what fails. Which is what they all say in unison at the end. And it's very funny. And again, no wonder NBC canceled this show. And we briefly lived in a world where Abed saying that if they didn't come back next year, the world was wiped out by a meteor was canon. We briefly lived in that world before Yahoo Screen was invented. Okay, now we're into the episodes, and I'm going to be honest, these are not going to be especially high.
This is going to do some serious damage to Season 5's ranking as a whole.
Yeah, this one's not going to do many 5s. Because, like, okay, basic story. Alright, right now, I think our lowest 5 is number 77, VCR maintenance and educational publishing.
Would you put this above it or below it?
Above, but
are you doing?
maybe,
wait, okay.
We're doing the first half.
Okay.
Which I don't like as much as the second half, as much as I have problems with the second half.
Right.
Well, if it's no, this might be the worst episode of the season. I think we might live in that world where this is the worst episode of the season.
I'll take your word for it.
Because I can't believe Home Economics is down here this low, actually. Number 79, where Jeff lives in his car and Vaughn has 2 songs that are great.
Because the episode itself is weak, but the songs
the episode is weak, but the songs are great. Because we used to use this as a barometer, actually.
Home Economics?
Yeah. Does anything in
when
this was a long time ago. Does anything in this episode bring me as much joy as Vaughn's 2 songs? And the answer is simply no.
Well, there you go. Art of Discourse, which one's that?
That's where they fight with the high schoolers.
I would consider that one to be, based on the way you're talking about it, better than this episode.
Because interpretive dance... We're in the... investigative journalism is the one with Jack Black. How are these...
Because investigative... With the one with Jack Black, it's actually really awkward for most of the episode.
It's pretty cringy. I hate to use internet parlance, but that's cringe.
Oh. By all means, use it if it's the right word.
It's the right one. Oh, we're down in season 4 territory. We're down in, like, season 4 Thanksgiving, number 87. And again, like, if you're asking me, do I like anything in this episode more than, like, Jeff's speech to his dad? No. But
that's one part of the... Oh, I see, and that's the best part of that one.
And that's the best part.
It's really that low for you.
This is... I mean... This dog don't hunt. There's like a couple... It's... okay. Michael A. McDonald, the insurance appraiser, is in this one. Okay. Now...
Maybe plop it on 86? Just above the season 4s?
You know what?
I have a feeling you like it better than Heroic Origins, because I know you fucking hate that.
I certainly do. Good call. Season 5, episode 12. A basic story. Or new number 86. That gonna fuck up the rankings.
Oof, pretty badly, actually. Quite drastically.
Will this put 5 underneath 1?
I don't think it's fair because there's so much fewer episodes, but you know.
That's the way Cookie Crumbles. That's how median works. Now, if we want to start doing mean or mode, hey, okay, now we're talking. Sorry. Basic Sandwich I like quite a bit more. And I'm gonna move up here a little ways.
I feel like we should do maybe like a point system where we like it's like when there's fewer episodes the rankings are doubled, right?
Yeah, okay, I see what you mean. I think we're gonna do what I've had in my head is like when we're gonna do the last episode of Community. Then we're going to do one more episode, which is like a retrospective and rankings special. And we just like fuck with numbers and
we go back and there was one time where we changed a ranking number.
We maybe like make a case, like we maybe like move some stuff around when this is all said and done.
Right.
I think I like that. But Basic Sandwich. Okay, so I'm looking at like Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 72.
Mm-hmm.
And I would give Basic Sandwich a slight edge over Advanced.
Okay, yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons. A slight edge. But I think that might actually...
Which one's Intro to Knots?
That's the season 4 Christmas episode where they have the teacher tied to the chair.
Oh, okay. And would you put that one above this one?
Because honestly, at this point, like, what keeps Intro to Knots in this spot is like, well, I really like the cinematography, like, the Steadicam and the long takes.
It's shot well.
And it's shot well. It's not my favorite episode. And it's like, do I like that more than this, like, submerged, like, subterranean
I think it's also a good character episode, Intro to Knots. Like, we get really good glimpses into all the characters simultaneously, which is surprising for season 4, but...
I will say it's okay character stuff. I wish they had done more. Yeah. I wish they had pushed it.
Sure.
Like a lot of what we were talking about when we did season 4 for however many weeks is like, you just needed to gun this just like a little further.
Yeah, you just put a little bit more gas in it.
Push just a little harder.
So would you put this one above that one as well?
I think if I have to ask myself honestly, I think Basic Sandwich is just under Intro to Knots. Intro to Knots has Malcolm McDowell and some nice Steadicam stuff. So
there you
S5E 13, Basic Sandwich. Okay, so I'm gonna get us our final season. That's a wrap on season 5.
That's cool.
And if the three of us are together next week, we can talk. We can talk about kind of retrospective.
We can do a recap. We can do a what's it called?
Here, maybe not like a full episode, but it'll be like when you weren't there for the end of season 4. We brought you when the next time you were there. We kind of like commiserated about the experience.
Right,
It's
right,
nice.
right,
It's,
right,
it's
right.
nicer to do everyone.
We'll debrief. We'll debrief.
Yeah, we'll debrief. Cool. So while I punch this into the calculator, why don't you tell the good people some plugs? Why don't you? Huh?
Plugs. What is a plug? Oh God.
What is a plug?
What is a plug?
Go see In the Heights.
Go see In the Heights. Yeah. It's definitely worth watching. It's really exciting. Don't go see The Music Man on Broadway. They're starting to sell tickets. My parents are in town right now, and I told them, I was like, do me a favor, don't go see that. And they were like, what? Why? And I was like, I literally don't even want to get into how many reasons you shouldn't see it. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. If you
I'm
want
not aware of the controversy.
There is controversy, but even if we don't get into the controversy, I could keep it at this. Right, ready? Do we really fucking need the Music Man right now?
You know, excellent point, actually.
There's a limited number of Broadway theaters, and we're using it to sell Sutton Foster and Hugh Jackman in The Music Man. It's like, oh my god, show some fucking perspective.
You know, I like Hugh Jackman as much as the next guy, but yeah, man,
he's great. He sells the most tickets of any. Look, Hugh Jackman sells Broadway seats. That is the whole reason they're doing it. I get that. Good for him. He's got his bag. It's nice and tight. He's got his money. Sutton Foster also fucking sells seats. We don't need it. And that is the base of the argument.
It's like, imagine if they had done a better show, an original show, a new show.
It's also the theater that Beetlejuice was. I'm going to get into it a little bit. It's also the theater that Beetlejuice was in. Are you familiar with what happened with Beetlejuice?
No.
Beetlejuice opened. It wasn't doing super well. And then one of the people in the original cast started making some TikToks, and it gained this cult following on TikTok. And then all of a sudden, people caught on to just how fun and charming the show was, and it started selling really, really well. I saw it. Such a fun show. Definitely has its issues, but duh. And because it wasn't doing well when it first started, the company, the group that put it on, the theater, said, no, we're actually going to stop the run. And this was all right around when COVID first hit as well. And the thing was, the people producing Music Man, they said, we want this theater. And since they wanted that theater, they went, okay, we're going to kick out Beetlejuice. And it's more complicated than that, but it's just frustrating that you would kick out I have my issues with, the film adaptations. I'm a little tired of them. Read incredibly tired. But at least it is a new piece and not the fucking music. Oh my god.
Understood.
It's a whole bunch of stuff. But those are 2 points without getting into the. You know me, I'm not afraid of going into the political stuff, but I really just don't have it in me right now. To get into all of it. It's just don't. I have an anti-plug. Don't go see it. If you're in New York, don't go see that show. If you want to watch The Music Man, there's a movie version with Matthew Broderick that is just as mediocre as any production you see. And that's how I feel about The Music Man. I don't like in the first place.
Well, sounds like you've got trouble. Trouble in River City. With a capital T, that rhymes with P.
That stands
for pool. Sorry. I'm not sorry. I won't lie to you and say I'm sorry about doing that.
Good.
It's okay. Let's see. Is that all for you?
Yeah. Do you have something positive? I feel like we should end this on a positive note.
I will say that the archives of a little radio show I used to guest on occasionally called Show Tune Sunday.
Oh my gosh, I know about this.
With Kat Scott.
That's my lover.
I used to be guest on your lover's radio program. That was that's where I really got to know Kat, where they became more than a background extra on a web series I was making. And, hey, if you want some very 6-year-old takes about Hamilton and In the Heights.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they're wild. They are wild.
they're buck wild. My perspective has changed a little bit in the last 6 years, though I don't think I'd be like ashamed of what I was
No,
talking
you did
about.
well.
Thank you. I've learned a lot, certainly, in the last many number of years. But anyway, those are streaming where podcasts exist, Spotify, etc. And you can listen to that, and I bet they're fun. I will probably go back and listen to some myself. And I'm using the same headphones that Kat bought me when we did that radio show. So that's how long I hold on to technology.
Oh, I love that.
It's
Hey, if it still works, it still works.
Hey, so and it's exactly why I'm using this cracked ass iPhone. It's like, hey, it still works. Hey,
Can I do a text? Yes.
Can I tweet on it?
Does my finger bleed? Not too much.
Not yet. We're getting there. Anyway, that was a good ass time. Let me give you the finalized season 5 rankings, and then we should log off because it's late. Somehow we almost did 2 hours on this.
It's the 40 minutes of In the Heights at the beginning.
Fucking believable that we're monsters. So end tags, in 5th place with 70.7 average, season 4. You saw it coming. You knew it was coming. 4th place with a 47.9 average, season 1.
Wow.
I know. In 3rd place with 45.6 average, season 3.
Okay, yeah.
In 2nd place with a 42.7 average, season 2.
Which means season 5 is number 1 for end tags.
In 1st place with 38.6. Clear lead.
Wow.
Season 5.
Wow.
So my understanding of these rankings is that these end tags, they won't move from where they are. All that will happen is like season 6 will show up somewhere in there. So we'll see how that all shakes out, because that is the only season's end tags that are completely devoid of Troy. So we'll have to see how that changes.
Whoa. What about these seasons? How are they ranked out?
All right, for seasons. In 5th place with an 80.1 average, season 4.
Okay.
Again,
yeah.
You saw it coming.
We saw it coming.
In 4th place with 57.4, season 1.
Yeah. Okay.
In
That's
Third
a little surprising.
place.
That makes sense.
3rd place with a 47.6 average, season 5 comes in.
Wow.
Right there in the middle.
Okay.
I think just a remarkably strong first half and a pretty weak sauce second half. But like, it's like opening of the season, unquestionable. Like the first fucking 5 episodes up through Floor is Lava, unbelievable. And then Meow Meow Beans and G.I. Jeff later in the season fucking dragging it up. And then there's just a bunch of stuff where it doesn't quite go. But so hey, I think halfway through the overall average, that's pretty solid. I think they did a fine job. And then number 2 is season 3, and of course number 1 is season 2. Would be fucking shocked if it is overthrown at any point.
No.
So that is that, and we will be back next week with, this is it, the final season.
Holy shit.
6, and our 13 episode mountain defense of why you should give season 6 another shot. But
it's good. Give it a watch.
It's
a good season.
So excited to watch this episode. I'm just like, I've been vibrating with like, it's Frankie time. Here we go.
Come on, Frankie.
Season 6. But until next week, pop, pop.
Pop, pop. A doobie doobie. Doobie doobie. Doobie doobie. Doobie doobie.
Berry treasure, berry treasure, berry treasure, berry treasure, berry treasure, berry treasure, berry treasure.
Yeah, sweet mama. The door is closing. For dramatic effect.